This is the first of the two races on senior race day. This is the lightweight and ultra lightweight race, which is a combined field but separately declared results. The early scenes are from the Paddock Park Ferme area, and therefore some of the senior bikes with the yellow plates are also in view. But I will try to distinguish between the two as we go forward. Number 35 is David Taylor's 750 Suzuki, and next to him is Neil Vickers' 600 Honda and Simon Mara's 599 Yamaha complete the trio. Couple of typically green Kawasaki's, Stephen Carr's bike, and in the background there number 88 Michael Gallen's. These are the first of the lightweights that we've looked at, a couple of 250s, 15 and 22. On the other hand, Graham Rickman's 399cc Honda is treated as an ultra lightweight. This is newcomer David Taylor's 400 Yamaha, and Michael Ellis, another newcomer on his 400 Kawasaki, has obviously got a sense of humour and presumably a rather tough skin. Next to him is number 69 Adrian Kershaw's 400 Kawasaki, and he finished in 10th position, which is very commendable. Number 54 is another 400 Honda ridden by John Byatt, and he too got a finisher's replica. Despite the keen little group ministering to number 84, I think actually Andrew Farrell was a non-finisher. Miles Byrne on his 399 Honda also earned a replica. This naked machine, number 80, was ridden to a finish by Mike Lawson and is next to Dan Hobson's 399 Honda, which also finished well. Another Honda ridden by local man Brian Gordon. Fourth placed finisher Brian Purdy's machine, number 44, a 399 Honda, is receiving some concerted attention which clearly reaped dividends.
What do you think?
These are the two Martin Bullock, Paul Morrissey team machines, ridden number 60 by Peter Richardson, and number 36 is Carolyn Sell's winning machine. Roger Hurst's 400 Yamaha also won him a replica. Now this is a lightweight in my book, a 125 Honda ridden to a replica finish by Robert Knight. Numbers 35 and 64 are both Kawasaki's, Ross Johnson's and Phil Woodall's. Number 9 is Paul Shoesmith's 250 Honda, which unfortunately was a non-finisher. Unlike number 2, ridden by Dan Sale to a win in his class, closely followed by Neil Kent by 0.2 of a win. Meanwhile, Gary Fowler on number 63 just missed out on a replica. Here we have the machines of Andy and Mike Lawson. They are brothers and hail from Arbroath in the north of Scotland.
You got tape for yourselves, aye? Crime Watch or something?
Probably, I don't know. I just don't expect him. He's just taping up his weights.
As the time of the race approaches, activity around the scrutineering area slows down. There's Neil Kent chatting to a couple of the officials, one of the travelling marshals taking a quiet run down the pit lane, which of course in an hour's time will be a hive of activity, or even less than an hour, and one or two riders taking the shortcut through the scrutineering area, and Caroline Sells and her companion is also walking through the area there. Little does she know that both of these will be on the winner's rostrum in an hour or so's time. Here's the 60-kilometre limit, which is replacing the stopbox arrangement, and some last-minute discussions with the travelling marshals, whose job is so important in both the TT and the Manx Grand Prix arrangements. The great and the good arriving, the mayor and his wife, and so the start is now we're actually on the start line, on the front row of the grid, and there's Phil Harvey's machine, number 4, the 250 Honda, and number 8, Nigel Warr, who was in contention for a long while but didn't finish in the end. And there we see the Manx radio commentator chatting to Neil Kent, a long-standing supporter of the Manx Grand Prix. Closer look at number 8, Nigel Moore. He did rather well last year as well. Second, I think he was. And this is number 9, Paul Shoesmith's bike. Tom Snow and Dean Martin, number 12, both on 250 Hondas. The latter sponsored by Paget's. Number 16 is local man Carl Roberts from Santon on the Isle of Man, riding his Yamaha, and number 15 is Mark Waddell. Number 18 is Kevin Main from Nottingham, also on a 250 Honda. and back to the front row of the grid again with numbers 1 and 2. Dennis Trollope, one of Neil Kent's important sponsors, is standing alongside the bike. And then leaving equally quickly. The Boy Scouts, who are an important part of the Isle of Man scoreboard function and ritual, line up with their standards with a close-up view of the start. And there's young Dan Sale attending to his own bike, and a fine bit of scaffolding on sidecar racer Nick Crow's right leg, and here he is receiving encouragement from none other than Sammy Miller, MBE, who's seen it all before. As has Brian Farquhar there. Elijah Moore again, relaxing and chatting, but undoubtedly the stomach churning. The thoughts of Bray Hill. Des Evans and the starter there on the front row. Phil Harvey, number 4. Nigel Moore, who has a lot of TT experience as well, playing over the first few miles in his head, ready for the off. And there's Davy Morgan, who was walking out with Caroline Sells just now through the scrutineers area, and he finished 3rd. But at the moment he's preparing, checking his bike over, and then getting into the rider's crouch to make sure that his muscles are supple enough to operate safely. Here we go then, standing behind a fairly crowded spectator area. Even the Lord Mayor's got a second row standing position, but we'll make of it what we can. Neil Kent and Dan Sale, numbers 1 and 2, get us underway. Paul Owen and Philip McGurk, 5 and 6. And that's Paul Shoesmith, number 9. Closely followed by Tom Snow, and just behind him, Dean Martin. And then we're forward to number 15 and 16, Mark Waddell and Carl Roberts. This is number 20, Neil Cudworth, making a rather sedate start. And there go numbers 21 and 22, David Sells and Steve Green. And that's number 24, Les Cross. Numbers 31 and 32, Joe Phillips and Rab Davey, are now on the line to start the ultra lightweight class. And this is number 34, Dan Hobson. 35 and 36 now, Ross Johnson, and of course Caroline Sells. Number 39, Mike Minns, who actually finished second to Caroline Sells, and number 40, Anthony Davis, who finished slightly lower down the order, but still received a replica. And this is number 41 and 42, Maria Costello, another young lady, and Simon Perkin. 43 and 44, Alistair Hayward, and 44, Brian Purdy, who finished fourth. We almost missed number 46 there, Ian Whitlow, and he's followed by numbers 47 and 48, Dave Moffat and Brian Gordon. And they're followed by numbers 49 and 50, Chris Bradshaw and Andy Cowan. And 52, an old stalwart, Alan Jackson, and his colleague also on a Kawasaki is Michael Sweeney. 53 is Nigel Howard, and 54 is John Byatt. And here we go with 57 and 58, Mike Carter and Mark Parbury, both on Hondas. 59 and 60, Graham Rickman and Peter Richardson. And they're followed by numbers 61 and 62, Mick Morton from Droitwich and Brian Wiles from Dorchester, local to my home. Gary Fowler 63 and Phil Woodall 64, followed by Neil Vickers and Wayne Kerwin, numbers 65 and 66. 67 and 68, Colin Martin and Peter Simpson, and the man in the woolly hat is now blocking my view. 69 and 70, Adrian Kershaw and Doug Snow. 71 and 72 are Jules Ray and Paul Balita. 73 on his own was Max Faulkner, and 75 Anthony Varey, and 76 is Timmy Turtle. 77 and 78 there, Rob Knight and Roger Hurst, the local man from Laxey. 79 and 80, Anthony Redmond, and number 80 is Mike Lawson from Arbroath. We saw him in the Park Fairmay. And 85 there is Rusty Steele. There's no 86. And 87 is on his own, Jeff Warr, number 87, from also a local man from Peel. And this must be, well, this is 89 and 90. Marie Hodgson from Woodford Green, and number 90 is Ross Richards. 91 and 92, Michael Ellis and Kevin Murphy, and 95 and 96, Stephen Carr, Paul Johnson. 97, Michael Jones. I can't see 98, no, Tim Carrington's a non-starter. Another singleton, number 100, Noel Board from Lisburn in Northern Ireland. 101 and 102, John Turner and Andy Lawson from Arbroath. We saw his bike in the paddock. 103 and 104, David Clark, Peter Hindley, both Isle of Man residents. 105 and 106, Dave Taylor from Ballabeg and John Batty from Leconfield. 107 and 108, Ian Rycroft and Jimmy Creer, two more Manx men. Brian Clark hails from the land of the concrete cows, Milton Keynes. And there we have it. The start is finished, as they say. There you have the positions in the two races, the lightweight and the ultra lightweight, which are obviously running concurrently in one road race. An unfortunate retirement at the end of lap 1, whose number I can't read. One or two more unscheduled stops, I would think, at the end of lap 1. Normally the riders would stop at the end of lap 2.
That's Neil Kent, who's just come through at the end of his lap, second lap. And Nigel Moore.
I was wrong there. That was actually Dan Sale pulling away, followed by Neil Kent. And that's the distinctive Dayglow helmet of Davy Morgan at the end of his second lap. And that's number 5, Paul Owen, coming in. And there's Phil Harvey, number 4. These are the rider positions at the end of the second lap, with the lightweight race and of course the ultra lightweight race running concurrently. That's rider number 6, Tom Snow, on his Honda.
That's number 11.
Rider number 11 there is Ewan Hamilton on his Yamaha, and he's followed by rider number 12, Ivan Linton, on his Yamaha. John Snow gets underway again. This is Mark Waddell, number 15. This is young Samuel Dunlop, number 45, on a 125 Honda, who actually finished 19th and won a race replica. This is number 81, Derek Costello. Andy McPherson, number 55, wheeling his bike away.
the winner. Neil Kent was second.
I think these pictures at the end of the lightweight race of the various proceedings speak for themselves.
No, Nigel was P1 actually. Nigel got P1, you're about P3, P4 at the time.
Oh, right, okay. I was right with him, so I knew there was nothing on. So when he was out, I didn't know how to pace myself, so I just went right.
Well, Davey, good for you to get back in here again, but those two boys are absolutely on it. Well done, Davey.
Thanks for that.
Cheers, thank you. Right, we electively...
See, that was that good luck handshake before I went off, sir. It was a good luck handshake you gave me before we set off. Thank you.
It wasn't that we weren't sensible, it's just the wind bouncing off. Just picks you up. Yes.
Carolyn Sell's legs just gave way. I guess emotion, adrenaline, there it was.
Kent's just said women riders. Mike's empty. Empty. Mike, it's empty. Nothing in it.
Oh my God! I did it! Did I? I was told to slow down.
Every section. Every second on it.
Every time.
So it
wasn't just for fuel.
You darling, really.
Hey, somebody here to say,
Well done. You guys not it down. Oh yeah. Don't.
Okay. Right. Come on, Carolyn. That's it. Come on, Dan.
Not used to this attention, are we, Dan?
Hey, Mum, this is the second vlog.
Don't be this time, Kenzie.
Hey, well
Where
done,
do you
dude.
finish, mate? Brilliant.
What this much?
Hiya, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
What this much?
Yeah, fucking made up. Dan? Just wait a minute, Jake. Hang on, Tom. Dan?
He prefers a bit with the champagne.
Yeah.
You like me burnout? I wonder what you're doing. I didn't realise. I was waiting for my I would like
That's an adrenaline rush. Well, it is under this law, yeah.
Sometimes it is.
Excuse me.
Good, eh?
Thank you.
Right. That's way, okay. You're alright.
Yeah.
Don't shake hands on this one. You're in over or? Go on.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Alright, let me just kiss it. One more, just get it.
There's a shower on that too, at Ramsey. Yeah, dry up, right, isn't it? But no, it didn't stay there very long.
Out. Go on. You're in the middle. Caroline, go and drink.
I'm staying here now.
Right. Stay here now, Come on down. Hold the bike, take the focus. We're not going out this afternoon. Good girl.
Right. What's the sentence you did on
Rob! Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Second place man Neil Kent there in conversation with one of the travelling marshals, Jim Hunter. And then Caroline Sells in her interview with the Manx radio.
Almost early on until the problems of Prix befell Joe Phillips when he went back. So it was interesting.
A final look at our first three riders over the line: Caroline, Mike, and lastly, Neil. Heroes, all of them. Here's to next year.